Hello and welcome to my beginner's Python tutorial on making an inches and centimeters converter. If you know no Python at all, then this video is perfect for you, as I will try to explain as much as possible. I'm sure you've all have seen how needlessly complex converting metric and imperial measurements are, so with this program we are going to be able to easily convert inches to centimeters and vice versa. So open up a Python website of your choice. If you don't know any, I left the one I am using in the description. Now the first step of your calculator would be to enter a number in inches. The way we do that is by using variables and input prompts. A variable is a very important part of programming, like a word or a letter that can be given any value, most commonly numbers. For example, we can write that 5 plus 6 equals x, so x will equal 11. A really good use for variables is for the other important part of this, which is inputs. With inputs you ask the user of the program to type something, and then using a variable you can store that information. That may sound confusing, so I'll try to explain with an example. This line of code asks the user for an input, like how a calculator would ask for a number, and then when you write the number into the program, it will use that number as the first part of the equation for obtaining the centimeter amount. So for this program we are using the variable inch for the number of inches. In this line of code, inch will equal whatever the person using the program types in as the amount of inches. The green text in quotes is flavor text to explain what the user must type. If you ever want your program to show basic text, you have to surround it with quotation marks. The last part of this first line is the float. What it means is that the variable can only equal any number, with a focus on decimal points. So if you try to type words, it will fail and all numbers will have decimal points attached to them. Now the second line. This print command will cause whatever is inside the parenthesis to be shown on this screen at the bottom, kind of like how a printer will take what is on your computer and put it in a presentable form. Inside the parenthesis you can see more quotation marks, which means you will see this text on the bottom screen after typing in the amount of inches. Now you may have noticed parts of the line that aren't in green. That is because of the curly brackets surrounding it, which ignore the quotation marks and allows the code to have actual functionality. The reason we do this is so that we can use the variable to include the number the user typed into the sentence shown to you when the code is run, as inside the first bracket is just the variable, and in the second an equation for the variable you typed and times 2.54, and that symbol for multiplication is the star symbol you get from holding Shift and pressing 8. You also would need to include the letter F before the quotes if you want these curly brackets to work. The second half of this program is just the inverse. The variable name is centi for centimeters, and instead of multiplying by 2.54 it is dividing by 2.54, which is done with a forward slash. So now let's run the program by pressing start. Here the program asks you for your number and inches, so you put it in, and then it will immediately give you the value in centimeters, and then asks for a number in centimeters. After you put a number in centimeters, it will give you that number's value in inches and the program will finish. You can see the text shown here is the same one we wrote in the quotes for the 4 lines, including the variables inside the text. That's it for this tutorial. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment if you have any further questions. Goodbye.